share with you with that mindset. So we're just going to begin on a tabletop and making sure that your fingers are spread on the floor. You can see and you feel that the weight is on your palms, you know, and you're making sure that your the line between from the shoulder blade all the way down. And if you are like me, you can tend to hyperextend your elbows. Just make sure that they're soft and you don't lock them. I tend to do that. And from here, your heels are released. Sorry, your toes are released. And you're just going to imagine that you have a straight line that's going from the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone, and it's pointing straight. So you're creating a line, and in that way it also requires you to engage your lower abdomen. You're not pulling it in, but you're just actively, you know, aware that it's not just hanging, because when it hangs then you start arching your back. So we don't want to do that. So you're just going to be here. You're almost like you're tucking your tailbone slightly, and you're just going to go to your left, to the back, to your right, and center again. Left, back, right, and center. And you're just going to reverse to the right, to the back, left, and one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You're going to look up, and then you're arching, and then you look at your navel. You're rolling your back. So you arch, you look up, and you look at your navel. You're rolling your tummy and your back. 2 more times. This is to activate the spine. And last one. And then you're going to move to the back, sitting on your child's pose and releasing your elbows, and maybe release your head on the ground and just stay here. Taking a deep inhale and exhale, and exhale maybe 2 more times. Inhaling and exhale, inhaling again and exhale. And now you're going to move up, and you're going to lift your right leg and lift your left, and just stay here for a while just to find this space and what is it that you need to do to find your balance. So I'm going to count 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to gather your elbow and your knee and then stretch it, and together and stretch it. It's a slow, gentle movement that allows you to engage your core and be aware of what you're doing, and release. And then now we're going to switch. Straighten or stretch. Find this point and maybe adjust. Bring your shoulder down if you're lifting up. And now you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Your neck is straight, so you're going to bring together and stretch, and bring together and stretch. 2 more times together. This is good for the core, this is good for the upper body. And stretch, and then you're coming down, and you're going to go lifting just to find the balance and also activating your core. And then when you're ready, you're going to stretch your knees into a pyramid, and then you adjust your feet. And if it's not possible for you, you can always put a block underneath your heels so you're lifting. But if it's possible, then you are activating your calf muscles, your hamstrings, your glutes. So maybe you can walk, bending your right and allowing the upper body also and the head to hang, and maybe go look underneath, and you're inhaling, and then one more time, and then you go back and gathering your feet and holding on to your elbows. Today I have my periods and they're ranging from 1 to 2 days, sometimes 2.5 days, as I am going through perimenopause, and sometimes it's about doing the most and sometimes it's about doing the least, but the consistency of moving my body remains the same. So if you can say that sometimes it's about that as you navigate menopause, that sometimes you're going to have so much energy moving your body and you're just powerful, and some days you just move in within the energy that you're in, and that is okay. So you're going to bend and we're going to lift our toes and stay here for a while. And if you can just place your hand gently on top of your head to give a bit of weight, so you stretch your spine, you stretch your back neck muscles, and take a deep inhale and exhale. And if you can grab with both, finding your balance, and another one, and activating the breath as if you're getting closer to your thighs, so using the breath actively to move into these different stretches, so you don't stay stagnated, but you are actively moving in small amounts. And when you're ready, you come back to sit. So we're going to do a one position that's called gap. Gap means earth in Kemetic yoga, and it's a gap rock. And this could be playful, especially when you're around this age. You know, it's okay to remember to be a child. So what is important is that when you rock, you make sure that you soften your stomach so that you don't land with a thud, but you land softly. And when you come back, you also, so it's a soft landing on your lower back. So this is how it looks like, making sure that you use your core muscles. Yeah, so when we are ready, we're going to do 10 gap rocks, and remember to release your head, so you're also stretching your spine. So when you're ready, we're going to rock. You can also use your arms as a support. So when you're ready, have fun. So we're going to go 1, and remember to use your breath. 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. 5 more. And you can feel your core muscles, can feel your back, can feel your shoulder blades relaxing. 2 more. And last one. And just grab your ankles and stay here. One more inhale, and then you're coming back, and now you're coming into relaxing your lower back on the floor and lifting your legs and flexing your feet. Sorry. So now we are going to release the legs halfway and then lift them back. This is to engage the core a bit, keeping your lower back on the ground. You can put your hand underneath just to make sure, as a reminder, and then you go. As soon as you let the legs go too low, you'll notice that you begin to arch. So go halfway, 2 more, 1, and 2. And now we're going to release, stretch our arms and our legs. You can spread your legs. You can also just keep them straight, but just stretch, and then release. And now you are going to engage your core to do this movement. And it's just going to be inhale. And as you exhale, you push up. So you have to come up to sit. So this is how it looks like with one movement, right? So we're going to try, and this is to test ourselves and our strength. So we're going to inhale and exhale to come up. And then we grab our toes. If this is possible, if it's not possible, you put a towel underneath your thighs, your knees, sorry, to bend your knees slightly. So you relax your hamstrings and you grab your arms behind your head, and you're not pulling or pushing or pressing down, you just rest them, and they sort of create the weight that creates the stretch. So take a deep inhale and exhale. And if you don't have a towel underneath so your legs are stretched, but make sure that your knees remain soft. And exhale one more time. And exhale. And now we need the arm strength, but it's also very important that we are aligned. So you can have your wrists, your fingertips facing the back of your hips or away from your hips, whatever that feels comfortable, and your feet are flexed to begin with. So whatever modification or variation you find, and then you're going to lift your legs, and as you lift you have to point your toes and look up. You can release the head if it's comfortable, or you can hold the head so you create a straight line. So you're going to hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing. And you're going to stretch your arms all the way, remembering to not pull your shoulders up, it's just the arms. And you engage your core, so you're sitting upright. You imagine that there's a wall that you're sitting against, so you're not slouching or relaxing, but you pull up. So that means you activate everything around your core, your back, but also you engage your quads. So, and we're going to release, and then with one slow, gentle movement, we're going to go all the way to the floor, and we're going to sheti, which means a place of rest, a place of reflection. And you're going to connect your inhale and exhale in your own tempo. And exhale. Take another inhale. And if you want, just before you finish into your meditation, you can do something that could be very, very beautiful for this moment, to finish this moment, whether you want to just do a little extra stretch for your hips, or you hug your knees, or you go into a happy baby, whatever that you really want to give yourself right now. This is the moment to do that. As women who are going through perimenopause, just women in general, we are constantly giving our energy, our time, our resources, our love, our beauty, our whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is important that by remembering to come to the mat and moving our bodies, we get reconnected to ourselves and are reminded of who we are and what makes us joyful and what makes us beautiful and what makes us resourceful. So we are filling in whatever reserves that we have given out. And yeah, it's not about being selfish, but it's about taking care of ourselves and being kind to ourselves at this time, because only we know how we feel when we are experiencing all the different symptoms of menopause and perimenopause and the changes that are happening to our bodies. So this could be a moment for you on a Sunday or a Saturday to just roll out the mat and say, I am here. And it's also a place to be kind, to be gentle, to be self-loving, and to reaffirm yourself. So thank you for joining me. I hope this finds you in a space where you need it and it gives you what you need and is helpful. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.